Hey folks, this is Mr. Deal here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another analog horror video, but not just any analog horror video, no. If you could read that title, it's the freaking War of the Goddamn Worlds, man. War of the Worlds. I freaking love War of the Worlds. That's as in the one that, Steve Spielberg, I think that's his name, directed. And also that Tom Cruise was the lead actor of back in 2005. So, I know I've never said this before or anything, but I freaking love War of the Worlds. It's one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Yes, it's not a perfect film. Yes, the kids are annoying. Yes, the plot is a bit, I guess, messy here and there or whatever, and yeah, the aliens themselves are a bit inconsistent, especially with the whole plot and everything or whatever. It is a bit silly and everything, but you know goddamn what, the tripods in that film freaking slap. I love the alien designs. It's not a perfect film by any means, but you know what goddamn is perfect to me? Tom Cruise, even though, yeah, he's not perfect, but he's been one of my favorite actors that I always just get a smirk on every time I see him on screen or when he's on film or whatever. I don't know. I just like the guy, you know, he seems like a great actor and a nice guy or whatever, but, we'll have to wait and see on later or whatever. You could just have on a facade or whatever. But anyway, overall, yes, War of the Worlds is not a perfect film. Yes, it is a bit mediocre at best, but you know what? It's freaking fun. The designs are good. The freaking sounds that the tripods all make, they're freaking amazing and stuff. I can just go on and on about fan service on freaking War of the Worlds or whatever. And the fact that there's a freaking analog horror is just so fucking amazing. So I am just beyond excited to check this out. I legit gasped when I saw this in my recommendations the other day. I looked over and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, holy shit, we're freaking doing this. So anyway, enough yapping or whatever. We're gonna get into this. I am so fucking excited to look at this. If you folks want to check it out, the link will be in the description below. Let's freaking do this. This is freaking amazing. Also, there was a older version of it back in the 60s by H.B. Wells, I think that's his name. It's a 60s film that was based on a 1950s or 40s book or whatever. My god, I wish I had popcorn right now. Oh, this is badass.
Foreign shores are at home. Where you go by your wings, you'll be known.
Yes, by these wings, you'll be known. You'll be recognized throughout the world as one of America's Knights of the Sky, an Air Force pilot. If you are single, between 19 and 26 and a half, you can join this chosen few. You'll train as an aviation cadet and graduate a lieutenant, earning more than $5,000 a year.
You just join up
Win
there
silver
with,
wings to a golden fly with the aviation cadets.
You just join up with Top Gun Maverick.
In the sky, riding the gale.
Another film by Tom Cruise.
We fly the jets on the Air Force team. The Sky Cadets with wings a-gleam. Sign up today, go the air.
Yeah, I want to be a pilot. I mean, I could qualify right now, but no thanks, no. I leap, not use wings. The United States Department of Homeland Security.
Hello. This is a government broadcast distributed directly from the Department of Homeland Security. Are you in shock by our recent otherworldly visitors? Well, quit your peril, the government is here to help. The United States Army has provided several concise, yet specific and easy to follow instructions which might just help you see another day.
Alrighty. Oh, so that's an I? But okay. Either do Roman numerals or 1, 2, and 3.
If you are somehow unaware of our current situation, we are here to help. Several weeks ago, a large-scale invasion has occurred
I figured this would take place in the 50s.
on American soil. This invasion has seemed to be alien in nature. These entities have been walking upon our land on large machines, which have come to be nicknamed tripods.
There they fucking are. That's a cute design of it, too.
But do not be fooled, these machines are not your friend.
That's a scene from the film. Just edited a bit.
These tripods are very dangerous. They use a variety of weaponry which could prove deadly to the average man. Due to all this, instructions on how to survive against a tripod will now be broadcast.
Thank you. Sure I can't just have an RPG?
Instruction number 1. If you see or hear a tripod, sit in place. Tripods are easily identifiable by their loud walking, mechanical movement, and loud horns. They have 3 legs attached to a head with 3 bright yellow and blue lights. When you are certain that you have heard or seen a tripod, sit where you are. Do not move. Call the authorities immediately and you will be in the clear.
But wait.
Do not hide. Do not run. Do not flee. This will only make it harder for us to kill you.
Are you sure not to hide?
Hide and immediately seek shelter. Run if you can.
But you said to not... You see what I mean? So, a bit of backstory, if you folks don't know or whatever, just real quick as a side note. Basically, what the lore of these... I don't know if I'll even explain this one here, but the lore of these giant machine things is that they came from underground, pretty much. And that's the base premise of War of the Worlds. So instead of them pretty much being from the sky, they came from the ground. But they're still from the sky, in some sense, still from outer space. Because, like, thousands of years ago, or whatever, when lightning struck, it's a bit, the plot, at least in the film, is a bit inconvenient because it goes based on that they were, quote, disguised as lightning. I don't know if it was the tripods or the aliens themselves, but they would strike down and they would quickly flash, just hitting the ground, just like Flash from that superhero Flash from DC or whatever, right? You know, it would just pretty much strike from the ground. Now, I don't know if it's the machines themselves, you know, for some physics, science, whatever bullshit that would just smite down the machines themselves or the aliens themselves or whatever. But the basic premise is that either of the two would come from lightning from above, you know, in the sky to underground, and the machines would just be in underground for like a couple thousand years or so until they rise up.
Simply stay out of their
much.
grasp and out of their sight, and eventually they will stop hunting you until, of course, the authorities arrive and handle the situation.
They're still gonna zap you.
Optimal places to hide include basements, attics, enclosed rooms near the center of a sturdy building, caves, narrow tunnels, and bunkers. If you are out in the open and cannot find a place to hide, run. It is advised to run as quickly as you can and in zigzag patterns. Run as sporadically as possible and away from crowds of people. If a tripod is chasing you and there is a crowd of people ahead of you, run away from the crowd of people. Do not run toward the crowd, as you risk the chance of major loss of life, which cannot be afforded. Make sure to defend yourself from a tripod's weaponry. Do this by dodging their arms and laser blasts.
Yeah, good luck with
A
that.
tripod's heat ray takes about 4 seconds to charge up, giving you enough time to recognize the situation and run for your life.
Oh, this is so damn cool.
If you see a tripod
Hey,
fire,
hold it up there, pal. What did you just say back there? Stop. There was no hope, okay.
if
Just wanna
you
see what
see a
that
tripod
said.
fire canisters in your direction, immediately evacuate the area.
Canisters,
These
what?
canisters will burst open and release a substance known as black smoke.
Yeah.
The black smoke will make it hard to breathe once inhaled, and eventually can cause death.
Okay, that's interesting. Icky. Shh.
Instruction number 2. If you see something particularly strange, alert the authorities. As you can imagine, alien activity can be rather shocking to witness. So, in your best interest, if you see something strange or suspicious, immediately dial 0 on your telephone to speak with your provider and get them to call the authorities.
That is not a real number.
There are several things that could fall.
You can't just hit 0 and then bam. I'm sorry, but in the real world here, unlike this faker broadcast system, our actual number is 911. It would be nice if it was 0, because it would be a lot quicker, and then you can just boop 1, hit the green phone icon, then bam, there you go.
Fall under suspicious Martian activity, such as loud horns in the distance.
Play it. Oh my goodness. I can't take this seriously, folks. I'm sorry. I'm just too damn happy. I'm a goddamn kid in a candy store with this. God, I love the horns.
Large vibrations, screaming, crying,
Yep.
death or cadavers, black smoke, powdered remains, or any sign of a tripod in general near your location. Along with this, there are several signs of tripod activity you must be on high alert for. This includes 3 large circular footprints,
Yep.
fires, burnt trees or buildings, collapsed buildings, and traces of a substance known as red weed.
Yeah.
Be sure to be wary of any signs or warnings set up by military.
Red weed is, if you folks don't know those red stuff or whatever, that's pretty much like, it's like the candy red vines, but it's like plant stuff or whatever. It's pretty much what they would, quote, use the aliens to make it more habitable for themselves or whatever. And it's like a powder gas kind of thing that would come out of the tripods, I believe. And it's pretty much like spreading oxygen for themselves, but also like harming the human planet as well and everything. It's to make it their home and everything here too, pretty much.
When passing through a certain area, this will usually be a symbol of a Martian or a tripod inside of a red or yellow triangle.
Yeah, that's not gonna get zapped or
Red
destroyed.
weed is thought to be a plant which the Martians are growing on our planet, likely as a food source. However, to fertilize red weed, the tripods will go through a process which is incredibly distressing to witness. If you see a tripod with a human, and the tripod punctures the human with a large needle,
Oh shit, I remember that. Oh man.
do not act. There is nothing you can do now. It is to be assumed that the needle removes all blood from the body and liquefies the surrounding organs, killing the human.
And they pretty much would, like, harvest the human blood as like, a resource thing or something to help, the, aliens themselves.
The tripod will then collect this blood and will spray it into the air. This will eventually quickly grow the red weed.
Oh, that's what that is.
Do not touch the red weed. Do not alert the tripods.
Red weed. James, have you tried red weed before? I'm very curious. There's gotta be a difference between the green one. I'm sorry.
To your presence. There is always usually more than one tripod in a given location when harvesting.
That is
If you
true.
witness tripods harvesting humans, all you can do is alert the authorities and quietly exit the area. If you see red weed, but do not see tripods, exit the area and alert the authorities. Stay on the grass. Do not follow the red weed. Where there is red weed, there is death. Also, there is another circumstance in which you must be extremely cautious of. If you see a Martian, do not alert them to your presence under any circumstances.
Funny enough, actually, in the Steven Spielberg film back in 2005 that this is all based on and everything, these guys aren't even referred to as Martians. I don't even think they say it once or whatever. I think they're just simply aliens, quote. But they are referred to as Martians in the 60s film and in the 1950s book, I think. But, yeah, anywhere in the 2005 film, they're not even referred to as Martians or whatever. Steven Spielberg legit, like, changed practically everything from the 60s film. Like, not just with the design and everything, but, like, with, like, war and stuff and everything.
The aliens will look extremely similar to their machine counterparts.
In some sense, yeah.
They have 3 legs with 3 toes attached to a large head.
Same
They have 2
characteristics,
smaller
but...
2-fingered arms under their spade-shaped head, and they have 2 large eyes and a mouth. They are largely colorless, but also may have an accent of blue, red, green, or other bright colors. It is to be assumed that these entities...
Wait, hang on a second. What is this I'm hearing in the background? This song here.
...are extremely dangerous. Alert the authorities if you see any of them outside of their tripods. Evidence of...
Is that freaking Al Bowie, The Midnight Stars in You, but different? It sounds like... Holy shit.
Martians near your location include footprints with 3 toes, trashed rooms, idle
Yeah, it sounds like, I can still remember you from, Everywhere in the Beginning of Nowhere Stage 2. Holy shit. Oh, this just keeps getting better and better, folks. Oh my god.
Pods. Strange noises like clicking or screeching. Signs set up by the military with a symbol of a tripod or, more likely, a Martian. And several warns. Do not attempt to make contact with these Martians. As previously stated, it is to be assumed that these Martians are incredibly dangerous and may attempt to capture you in order to harm you.
I'm so sorry, folks. But, oh my god, this is just a freaking 10 out of 10. I'm sorry I keep pausing and I keep just acting all childish and stuff in this one here. It's just, oh my god, I don't know what it is. It's just, this is just amazing, honestly. A freaking 10 out of 10. I can't take this seriously. I got too much fan service in me now.
Or harvest you. Instruction number 3. Remember that it is okay to give up.
I doubt that.
Tripods are incredibly powerful and large machines. They are 100 feet tall and have many long tentacles which, although are able to be dodged, are very hard to evade. They have incredible eyesight and can see human life from miles away.
Oh yeah.
They appear to have some...
The freaking I forgot that, the snake eye camera thing. It's like a It's like a moving telescope drone thing, pretty much.
Kind of invisible
Camera.
shield, which defends them from any and all attacks, and they are incredibly good at tracking down any and all human life in order to kill or harvest them. We have recently been made aware of one specific circumstance occurring around the United Kingdom, shortly before being the last European nation to go dark. The nation was assembling a naval evacuation effort around us.
This is not Al Bowie in the background. This is some other singer. But the track that it was using before, I swear that was from stage 2 in Everywhere in the Beginning of Nowhere. I swear it was, and that was from Al Bowie. Not
As the
this
warship
one.
famously known as the Thunder Child fought off the tripods. The Thunder Child and its sailors fought them off valiantly before tragically being sunk. It is currently unknown if the evacuation effort was a success. But regardless,
doubt
if
it.
the tripods put down the warship, then it is understandable why you may believe you may be powerless against them. There is a separate variation of the
You
show known
are.
as Camelots. Camelots are specifically designed to pull humans out of buildings or bunkers utilizing their arms and special cameras. Unfortunately, this makes them very hard to defend against, and while the rest of the aforementioned instructions are very much recommended, it's fair to say that they only delay the inevitable. Camelots are lower with bent legs. Apart from this,
What? I mean, I guess it can make sense.
they are largely no different from other tripods and should be treated as such. Due to all of this information, it is okay to give up to the situation. The government has advised to the citizens of the United States that, due to the Army being unable to handle the threat, citizens are allowed to initiate suicide if they feel that they will be captured and harvested. Do not commit suicide if you have children or family or friends that rely on you, as you risk putting them in danger and getting them harmed. If you have the ability to damage a tripod in any way, sacrifice is permitted. You will die with honor. This situation is bleak, but we will overcome. America is second to none, and we will arise
That's honestly kind of depressing.
from this invasion stronger than before. Thank you for listening to this government broadcast. Goodbye. Normal programming will continue if this is playing on cable television. God bless America.
Yeah, I figured something would go to shit completely. God, I love that sound. To the horn!
The National Emergency Alert System has been activated. A civil danger warning has been set in place for the city of Sacramento, California. A mass horde of tripods have been led to the city of
Honestly, that would be
Sacramento
scary in
following
real
occult
life.
activity by the secret society known as
And there's just be one happened to be nearby.
the Inbinders, are a cultist group which see the Martians as angels of God and invite them to enact their so-called vengeance on humanity for
Of course, there would be a fucked up religion cult thing of the aliens and stuff, Martians or whatever. Of course that would happen, because humans are stupid and dumb.
our sinful ways.
What? Yeah, I'm sorry. Those are not frickin' Christianity angels.
It is believed that these occultists have led a horde of about 200 tripods toward the state of California and into
Jesus.
Sacramento. The cult has done this through human sacrifices. They will enact a practice very similar to biblical crucifixion, and set up a path of victims, which invites the tripods toward a certain direction. The tripods usually harvest the victims. To digress, as such, the entire state of California is under a state of emergency, and the city of Sacramento is being evacuated as quickly as possible.
When is California not in an emergency? Like, legit, in the real world here. It's honestly kind of sad. Like, legit, real world.
The cities of LA and San Francisco have been lost as of last week. If you spot cultists in your area, and you are alone, run as quickly as possible.
What if I have a gun? Can I shoot him?
It is deemed legal under self-defense that, if a cultist attacks you, you may attack them, or kill them, if it is necessary. This is because cultists can be extremely dangerous, and are known to murder or torture anyone who appears alone, especially if they are running from or scared of tripods or Martians. As previously stated.
Honestly, that's kind of fucked up. Not gonna lie, that's really effed up to have that.
The entirety of the city of Sacramento is under immediate evacuation. The state of California is under continued martial law, and so all citizens must continue to follow all instructions from military personnel.
Yeah, don't give in to the
Due to
codes.
this emergency, the No Man Left Behind Act, signed into law several days ago, has been temporarily disregarded. Meaning, if you see someone being attacked by an inviter, a Martian, or a tripod, do not save them. It is not worth the danger it will put you in. Follow the military men across all checkpoints, and avoid getting lost. If you are a burden upon your group, you will more than likely be evicted from the convoy.
Yeah, I
May
figured.
all citizens of the United States be kept safe in these trying times. God bless.
Yeah, we get it.
There are
Listen,
currently
okay.
5 major forms of tripod that we are currently aware of. These types include ordinary tripods, camelots, antlers, euperpods, and finally manhunters.
That's the 60s version, or, yeah, I believe so, or that one that's based on the, book or whatever. But what about the other floaty tripods back in the 60s? This is like a 50s or maybe a 40s, even one of the two, 50s or 40s. This is one of the classic model tripod designs back in the 40s or 50s book or whatever. I don't think we get a glance of what even the aliens even are in the book, or even in the old 60s film or whatever.
Manhunters have only been very rarely seen, however, and therefore will not be discussed. Ordinary tripods are the most common standard form of Martian machinery. It is seen most frequently and is usually armed with all known Martian weaponry, including black smoke, heat rays, and usually harvester technology. Camelots are crouched variations of tripods, which have no known weaponry. Their main purpose is to utilize their tentacles and cameras in order to abduct humans from buildings and bunkers. This variation of tripod is not officially known as camelots, and has only been its well-known name due to the Camelot Avenue incident, where they were first seen. They are named after the street they first abducted humans from. All humans from this street have never been found. Handlers are a variation of ordinary tripod, which have cages attached to the back of their hull. These cages are intended for humans, which they will then keep them until they inevitably harvest them or take them to another tripod, which can harvest them. Inperfactions, also known as mothers, are a form of warrior tripods, which are much larger and deadly than ordinary tripods. They seem to be much more advanced and much more powerful than the likes of anything else ever seen. It is unknown how long the tripod...
Holy shit, those are big. Like, these guys are big enough and everything, or two. These ordinary tripods and everything. I don't know about this cutie little guy, but damn, this big one. That's honestly... That would honestly be scary. Like, these guys were, like, spooky and cool enough, but to frickin' see these things, like, damn.
have been dwelling beneath our feet ever since they rose from the ground. However, it is likely that they were implanted into the Earth millions of years ago, and the Martians were simply waiting for an intelligent, rich species to come into existence before finally invading us. They have likely planned this since before we even discovered fire. It is very likely that we will not survive this. Fermi paradox has connection.
Oh, I love this. There's more to come. Fuck yeah. I will stay tuned. I will so gladly stay tuned. But alright, folks, that is... I don't know what was going on there for a minute, kind of... little bit of a lag, though. But alright, folks, that is pretty much it as of now for this War of the Worlds analog horror. Fuck yes, that was amazing. I know I was just pretty much being all fan servicey and everything in this video here and everything, but you know what, I freaking, again, like I said, I love War of the Worlds so damn much, and it's just so cool. I mean, honestly, the freaking horns that they make and the sound, it freaking slaps. And speaking of which, as a side note, there is a freaking game that's based on this War of the Worlds concept and everything. And I really damn hope to see these tripods and these different models and everything or two that they explain at the end. I really hope we get to see some of these. Apparently, it's going to be basically a survival horror game, and I think it's on the Unity Engine 4, but they may have switched it over to Unity 5 or whatever, I guess. But overall, I hope we get to see these or whatever, and hopefully we'll maybe even get to see the 40s or 50s version of the little tripods. That's like a steampunk look or whatever. These other guys here at the and around here, whatever. But yeah, overall, I just generally loved this, and I just cannot wait to if that game, if War of the Worlds game, whatever comes to Steam or whatever, I don't care if I'm broke, I'm gonna freaking snitch that damn copy of mine digitally and freaking play it for you folks, if you folks are interested. But yeah, overall, I'm just such a huge fan of this, and I know I keep saying this, and I'm a huge geeky boy or whatever in this one, but my god, I can't get enough of the tripods. I can't get enough of the lore and just the survival horror elements and everything. It's legit a dream come true to me. And the fact that this is an analog horror, and that there's not only old classical music or whatever, but it's just, I don't know, it's just 10 out of 10s all around for this one here. But as of now, folks, that is pretty much it for this video here. I hope you folks enjoyed this one as much as I did. Again, if you folks want to check this out for yourselves, the link will be in the description below, so you folks can go ahead and watch it for yourselves. But yeah, as of now, that is pretty much it for this video here, folks. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe for more, and I'll see you all sooner or later. Bye-bye, everyone.